Most people grow up believing that success comes from hard work. We are taught that if we wake up early, stay busy, and never give up, life will eventually reward us. For a while, this belief feels true. Effort creates results. Time creates income. Action creates movement. But then, often without warning, a quiet question appears. What happens if I stop? That question changes everything, because it reveals a truth many people avoid. There are two very different ways to live a life. One depends entirely on effort. The other depends on what you build. Imagine a small town facing a simple but serious problem. Clean water is far away, and every day the town needs more of it. To solve this, the town offers work to anyone willing to deliver water from a distant source. Two young men accept the opportunity. The first man chooses the most direct path. Every morning he wakes early, lifts heavy containers, walks to the water source, fills them, and carries them back to town. He is strong, reliable, and disciplined. The more trips he makes, the more he earns. The townspeople admire him because he works harder than anyone else. The second man begins the same way. He also carries water by hand. But after weeks of repeating the same routine, he notices something uncomfortable. No matter how hard he works, tomorrow looks exactly the same as today. If he rests, income stops. If he gets sick, everything stops. His entire future depends on his physical effort. Instead of working longer hours, he starts asking different questions. He wonders if there is a way to bring water to the town without carrying it every day. He begins to observe the land, study distance, and imagine a system that could work continuously. While the first man focuses on increasing effort, the second man focuses on increasing understanding. At first, nothing changed. The second man still works, but he also saves, plans, and experiments. He makes mistakes. He wastes time. People question his decisions. Some say he is lazy. Others say he is dreaming instead of working. The first man keeps earning daily income. He feels proud and secure because his effort produces immediate results. Then, slowly, something changes. After a long period of planning and construction, the second man completes a simple system that allows water to flow from the source directly to the town. Once it begins working, water arrives consistently, without daily physical labor. The system does not get tired. It does not need motivation. It works whether the man is present or not. The town benefits. Water becomes cleaner and more reliable. Over time, the second man earns more, not because he works harder, but because what he built continues to work for him. The first man is still carrying water. The second man has time, control, and freedom. This story is not about water. It is about life. Many people spend their lives carrying buckets. They exchange time for money. They rely on constant effort to survive. They stay busy, exhausted, and proud of how hard they work. Yet everything they have depends on their daily energy. When they stop, progress stops. Hard work is honorable, but depending only on hard work is dangerous. The deeper question is not how hard you are working. The deeper question is whether your effort is creating something that lasts. Most people do not remain stuck because they are lazy. They remain stuck because they are trapped by immediate rewards. Carrying buckets pays today. Building systems pays later, and later feels uncertain. Immediate results feel safe. Long-term thinking feels risky. That is why people defend struggle. They say they are busy. They say they are trying. They say they will think about the future later. But effort without direction leads to exhaustion. This truth applies to every area of life. including learning English and personal growth. Some learners study only when required. They memorize information, pass exams, and then stop. Their progress depends entirely on short bursts of effort. When motivation disappears, improvement disappears. Others build habits. They surround themselves with the language. They practice regularly, even when it feels uncomfortable. They create systems that support learning every day. Their progress continues even when motivation is low. One approach depends on willpower. The other depends on structure. Willpower fades. Structure remains. The real cost of carrying buckets is not money. It is time. Time is the only resource that never returns. When you rely only on effort, you sell your time again and again. When you build systems, time begins to work for you instead of against you. This applies to skills, careers, education, content creation, and self-development. If everything depends on you showing up every moment, you have no freedom. Freedom does not come from resting. Freedom comes from control. Building something meaningful is uncomfortable. It requires patience, learning, and delayed rewards. You must accept uncertainty before you see results. Most people quit at this stage, not because the path is wrong, but because it is slow. But everything valuable grows slowly. A system does not replace effort. It multiplies it. 1 hour spent building can be worth hundreds of hours of repeated labor later. This is why some people work endlessly and feel trapped, while others work with purpose and feel free. The difference is not intelligence or luck. It is perspective. The most important question you can ask yourself is simple. Are you reacting to life, or are you building something that shapes it? Reacting means solving the same problems again and again. Building means creating solutions that reduce struggle over time. One keeps you busy, the other moves you forward. Hard work deserves respect, but hard work without vision becomes a cage. You were not meant to spend your entire life repeating the same effort, hoping for a different result. You were meant to build something that grows beyond you. Something that continues even when you rest. Something that creates opportunity instead of exhaustion. The choice is not between working and resting. The choice is between endless effort and meaningful construction. Most people work hard. Few people build wisely. The question is not what you are doing today. The question is what your effort is creating tomorrow.